guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a quick video. I'm gonna be transforming myself into one of the characters from Avatar. First off, I'm starting off with some white cream makeup. The reason why I do this is because I am darker skinned, and for me, I feel like if I have a lighter base at the bottom, I can have a more vibrant color on the top. So I'm painting my face with the white cream paint first, and I'm covering all of my areas on my face to make sure that when I place the blue paint down, that it really shows through, and I'm not having to put as many coats of blue paint on my face as I would if I didn't have the white paint under it, if that makes any sense. So now I'm just going ahead and I'm just making sure I do all of these areas here, covering my neck. It was getting pretty late, so I only did like up to like right above my breast. I didn't want to paint the whole thing because it was getting late. So now I'm going to take my Mehron paint and I'm going to take the color blue. It's like more like a royal blue kind of. And so now I'm going, this is water activated paint. So now I'm going to dip it in some water. And you want to make sure that you wring out this, the bristles so that you don't have more water than paint. So now I'm just going back over all those areas where I painted white. Now I'm turning myself blue. So now that I've stippled on the first layer of blue, I'm now going to take a flatter end brush. This brush is a Morphe brush. You can take any flat end paintbrush to do this, but I'm taking this brush and I am now adding a second layer that I want to be a little bit more even. So taking a flatter brush as opposed to taking the other brush that I was using before, which is more of a foundation stippling brush, brings out the color a little bit more and makes all the areas that I'm going to be painting more even. So now I'm going to take my James Charles palette and I'm going to be dipping into the white eyeshadow that is on this palette. And I'm going to now start highlighting under my eyes, my nose, chin, and forehead, the areas where I really want it to be brighter. So to give this paint on my face some dimension. So now I'm just adding more of the eyeshadow to those areas to highlight and to add dimension. And no video is complete without having one of my kids pop in for a moment. So now I am dipping back into that palette and I am getting a darker blue to start making the tiger stripe streaks across my face, like in my reference photo. Just basically mimicking exactly what I see in the photo and doing it on my face. I'm using a flatter end concealer brush to do this just because of the detail. It would give me more coverage with the eyeshadow color that I'm using, but will also be a little bit more detailed in regards to how I want the ends of each of those tiger lines to be. So now I'm going back into that James Charles palette and I am going back into that white and I'm using a puffy eyeshadow brush to go in between the tiger lines and the base color so that way I can highlight around those lines to make them more prominent. Now I'm also going under my eyes as well because I want to make sure that they're a little bit more highlighted than they were before. Now I'm just going back into that darker blue shade and I am just going back over those areas, adding some shadow under my eyes and going to be adding some of it above my eyelid just to bring out my eyes a little bit more. So I'm just going to add it and then buff it out. Going back into that same James Charles palette and I am getting this really pretty pink color to add to my nose to give that nozzle effect that is seen in my reference photo. I thought this color was really pretty and it was like the perfect shade of pink. I just added some to my cheeks to bring them out a little bit more and as some avatar blush, if you will. And now I'm just going back over each line just to darken them where I added the extra pink blush. Going into my laugh lines with some blue to kind of like contour out those areas to make them more prominent, and going around my lips as well. Now whenever you go over an area where you have too much, if you add too much, what you can always do is buff it out with banana powder to kind of like tone down that color. So now I'm taking a white water-based paint and I'm taking a very thin bristled art brush, and now I'm adding the white dots around the tiger lines to add a little bit more design to it, and also based on my reference photo that I am following to do this look. So now I'm just going to add a few more dots in a few other places just to bring out the look a little bit more. Add just a few more on my nose. My eye, I made a huge mistake. I wanted to, instead of just dyeing them on, I wanted to make them a little bit more uniform. So I'm going back in with the original brush that I used and kind of painting over those areas. So that way I can re-dot that area. So I wanted the lines to go like right under my eye, my eyelash line, like right below my eye. So now I'm adding some of that pink from the same James Charles palette, and I'm adding it to my lips. I did add some paint to my lips instead of using actual lipstick because I thought it would be a lot easier and a lot less heavy. So I'm adding the same Mehron blue paint to my lips, and then I'm adding the pink that I added to my nose and my cheeks to my lips. So now I am adding my eyeliner. This eyeliner is from NYX. I like it because the bristles are super thin. It makes it a lot easier for me to draw on my eyes. So I'm just going and I'm dragging the liner a little bit further out to have like a cat-like look. This actually kind of changes the shape of your eye when you do it this way. Almost gives you like a feline type look, if that makes any sense. So now I'm just going to finish up by adding a little bit of black eyeshadow to give my eyes a little bit more dimension and depth. And this pretty much completes the look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. There'll be more videos coming later. Thanks so much. Take care.